Newsom is ruining the economy.
This COVID is ruining the economy.
Check her emails.
Did you say delete your emails? What?
No, I said check her emails.
Wait, why?
It's a bit. It's funny. I promise it's funny.
I mean, it's funny. I just don't get it. I'm like, okay.
No, it's this guy. He's like turning into like, his name's Chris. It's Chris Delia, and he goes, he like turns into his alter ego called Right Chris.
Okay.
And he's like, the buddies on podcast. And these guys, it's a fighter and the kid podcast, and they're like, Chris, hey, careful! Like, you don't want to go too much over to the right. Like, come in the middle a little bit. And he starts going, I'm right, Chris. And they're like, yo, buddy, like, you're scaring us. Like, stop. They're like, you need to come over to the middle a little bit. And he's like, check her emails. And they're like, no,
honestly, like checking your phone. Okay.
No, it's like check her emails. It's from Hillary Clinton.
Okay, that's what I thought. I was I was like, oh, delete her emails. Okay, it was Hillary.
And he like looks at them and he goes, "I'll rip this vaccine right out of my shoulder." And then he goes, "Let's blow up Comet Pizza." And then he's like, check her emails, and they're like, "No, Chris, that's over with. Like, that's done with. Like, no." And he goes, "It's not over. She's not locked up."
Holy shit.
He's crazy. Oh, and then he screams, he goes, Joe Biden is a lizard. Like, he just starts saying some weird ass shit. It is so fucking funny.
God damn it.
Damn it! I thought this was Spruce!
Spruce!
My Spruce! Hold it. I will fix. I fix.
Oh, also because of like that last project I showed you, the wooden one in the V2 basement, the second part of it, like the crazy stairs and shit. Because I was playing that so long, just like deleting that, because literally every single block in there was like, other than a little bit of cave, like tiny amount, was me deleting it from a mountain.
Okay, I was gonna ask. I was like, how much was that? Was you just placing it around the mountain? How much did you delete?
All of it was deleted by me, and then all of that rest was placed by hand in creative. So yeah, because I was doing that, it's so fun, and I was like, oh, I guess I could get what's it called working again? But I don't want to fuck up something else bigger on the world and fuck up the undo on it for world edit. So Joe scared me enough with that.
You got world edit on here?
We did. I don't know if I do anymore. I went through and checked the settings. It's not hard. I think it might be like a restart to apply it, but I just click a button and then it's on from server side.
I feel like world edit too. Like,
it always makes it a little more laggy, I feel.
Yeah, well, not only that too, but I kind of feel like when you start to do it, you almost take more time doing the commands.
Yeah, especially undoing it and moving it and stuff.
Yeah, and then, you know.
If you're deleting stuff, I think it's really good for it, but placing it, it's like, just figure out a nice rhythm and angle and just get it.
And just start moving and grooving.
Just start schmoving, exactly. I'd be placing blocks in Minecraft and shit.
You don't even understand my skill level, my Minecraft skill level.
Exactly, I do. You mean that at the audience.
Oh, yeah. Their words can't even describe that. The fact that they're watching me build this, they should feel honored.
Exactly.
A legend right now.
Dude, oh wait.
Legendary.
Speaking of legendary, I forgot to tell you this moment of the concert. We were waiting for it to start, and there was, a bunch of random skater dudes around, in the audience. And this one guy, maybe 40-something, was standing behind us. And we're talking and everything. Like, I'm, like, looking forward because your dad just came out, so I was, like, hanging out. And then once people say hi to him and they yell, like, hey, Steve Cab or whatever, that guy behind me goes, is that Steve Cabello?
Steve Cabello?
Yep. Is that Steve Cabello? And I turned around to go, Steve Caballero? Yeah, I'm friends with his oldest daughter, Kayla. And he's like, oh, that's sick.
That's Steve Cabello?
He's like, is that Steve Cabello? Just so full chest. Hi, sissy. Bye, sissy.
Oh, hell no.
Oh, it's so funny. Sissy, Kayla says come back.
Come back, baby, come back.
She might. She just seen what's up. But, dude, I forgot to tell you that. Is that Steve Cabello? Because he was talking about some random, like, Tony Hawk movie thing before that. And then he's like, whoa, what's up with all these old skaters starting bands? Nothing wrong with it, but what's up? Like, that's tight. That's tight.
Dude, my dad was in a band before he became a famous...
No. That was what was funny, too, was because... because next to us was one of the guys from the faction. We were talking to him before that, and that guy's like, yeah, I was in one with him. And before that, the faction...
Was he the drummer?
I don't remember his name. He was the bald guy. I sent you a picture of him, but because like this fella's chilling. He's got a really sick Ramones tattoo, and I showed him my Devo tattoo, and he's like, okay, epic. He's like, oh shit.
Yeah, my dad's band, they're all super nice.
Yeah, they were super cool. Your dad obviously knew who we were afterwards when we finally found the tent, and then we were literally just about to leave, and then they said something because we were talking to them like a little bit, you know, and your dad's like, oh, these are the guys that we got the passes for, and all three of them were like, oh, and they were so hype, and they all like shook their hands out like for handshakes and everything, and like, you know, bro hugs and stuff. Like, we didn't know. Like, yeah, because we were just more like, you know, like, oh, we're gonna meet Steve and everybody, and this is like a lot, and we were like lost where we were trying to find it.
You're like, where do we go?
Dude, it wasn't like, not like in a bad way that it wasn't clearly labeled, but it was in like the bazaar sort of thing where it's like tent alley of like 1, 2, 3, 4 sides of tent merch, you know, in like a little square area. And they were on the second path all the way at the back on the right side. So second path, left side. And we walked to the left all the way to the back. And then we walked to the middle, didn't go down it, walked to the right all the way down, and then back all the way across the park, and then across the park the other way to ask different like security guards that we had seen and shit, and none of them knew where.
Yeah.
Then when we got to the direction booth walking back, she's like, oh, it's here. I'm like, no, that's the paintbrush punk one, the Punk Saves Lives one. And she's like, in the bazaar, go down into the end. And then we're like, we went that way, but all right. And it was like 30 minutes later, and it was like my dad had toe stuff for the last like couple months, so it was like we're trying not to have him walk too much on it more than needed.
Oh yeah, he doesn't want to walk.
So he was walking back and forth, and we're just kind of standing still for a while in like the heat of Chicago, and then we walked down that second one, and they're right there. I'm like, oh my god. But had we not done it at that moment, like 30 minutes later than when it started, we wouldn't have been behind the banana guy in line. And that banana guy gave us, him and whoever the lady was with him, gave us tiny little squishy bananas. And my dad was like, I'm going to have Steve sign my little banana. And then he's like, he got up and yeah, he was memeing on him with it. I think I took pictures and like a video of it, but he's like,
can you sign my little banana?
Yeah, he's like, can you sign my little banana? And then he's like, this? And he's like, yeah. And I think your dad wrote urethane on it and then his name, you know. And then the other guys signed it. He's like, your dad's like, he wants us to sign his banana. And one of them like dropped down with the Sharpie like right towards my dad's crotch, like jokingly. And my dad's like, you're going to need a finer tip for that.
Oh my god, that's funny. Just a bunch of dads making jokes.
Yeah, everybody was just like laughing for a minute. It was so funny. And then when we were setting up for the picture, I was like trying to get next to your dad, and the singer's like, oh, you want to be here? I'm like, yeah, Steve.
You're like, yeah, it's my best friend's father.
Exactly. So my dad kneeled in front of your dad and me, and then the other guys are like on the left of us. So it was cool. They took like 8 or so pictures, and like we got quick selfies with your dad. That was very fun. The urethane riot fest stories.
I'm so glad that you guys got to see them.
Dude, I was like trying not to be delusional. I was like, what if Kayla's just like long playing me? And then when it came up, and you're like, nah, no. I couldn't. And then I'm like, okay, this is a double long play, and she's actually there. And I was like, nah.
I know. I told my dad. I was like, God,
you're like, would it be crazy? You're like, would it be crazy?
Like, it would be crazy if you just flew me out there or something.
He just says, yeah, LOL, and then nothing else.
Yeah, right? He does do that. He'll like do weird shit like that. He'll be like, yeah, that'd be wild, and then he won't like offer anything.
Oh, yeah, it's like, well, oh well. Yeah.
Like, hello?
Yeah, before we were talking about like the art night stuff a little bit, because my dad was talking about his origami and stuff, and then your dad was talking about like, you know, the Rat Fink stuff and other shit that he's done. He's like, yeah, we had art night the other night, and I did that, whatever my dad had brought up, and he's like, yeah, I see that. That looks like fun. He's like, music and friends and some drinks, and my dad's like, what's your choice of drink, sir? And he's like, I think he said wine. I think he's like, wine, red wine. He's like, wine, any kind of nice red wine. And I'm like, he's like, noted. Thank you, sir. Like, safe travels, everybody. That's what we left. But
that's awesome.
So funny. And then I found that Harlem fucking insane asylum morgue tag, which I looked into the history of.
What the fuck was that?
So somebody came into a big collection of actual used morgue toe tags from that place when it went under in either a few years ago or in the 90s. It had been open since 1920s. It was a asylum in Harlem. For like a mental asylum, like corpse tag is what it said, and there was 15 or 2,500 of them, and they had most of them that were on bodies at once there, you know, and they auctioned. So like somebody on Etsy sold them for like $20 each after they got them, and when we got up to the front, of the urethane thing, you know, the barricade, early as fuck. I seen something round and metal sticking out of the dirt, and I walk over to it because it looked like an animal collar tag or like a coin or something, and it was that, and I'm like, bruh.
Oh hell no.
So it's cool, but I'm just like, well, that makes sense. It was all timing. That was crazy. We got in like real. We got in like 20-ish minutes early because we walked past all of the crowd out front. It wasn't as bad as the day before, but from what I'd heard from the Fall Out Boy 8 a.m. crowd, people lined up the day before.
Oh, was Fall Out Boy there?
The day before. Yeah, they were.
Oh, okay.
There, and then like the night we were there, I think Slayer was one of the bigger bands there. But I'd already seen them on their air quotes last show in Illinois. Fuckers, 2018. Then the last show in Illinois, my fucking ass.
What the heck?
Yeah, they did a full We're Done tour. Every show we're playing is the last time. Yeah, Kiss did it like a few times. And it's like, Kayla, this house is looking epic.
Oh, thank you.
Alright, I'm gonna end. Oh, wait, the silhouette of the egg character. Holy shit. Alright, I'm gonna end this episode. Thank you for watching. You can keep building if you want to.
Yeah,
Minecraft N8s server 2024. Yeah. Why has the music changed? I knew it. I felt it in my soul. You can't hear the music, but I run music from my iTunes folder of the Mario 64 sound font version of every Minecraft song.
Oh.